Arsenal fans, there are more signings coming. Christian Mosquera is on his way to Arsenal. Fabrizio Romano has retweeted his tweet from July the 2nd. Personal terms have been agreed and a second bid is incoming. And we have got a Viktor Gyokeres BOMBA, a massive piece of news which has got Gyökeres now trending all over the socials. The fee is practically agreed. Gyökeres is on strike. Sporting Lisbon are prepared to take action against him because he has missed training. It's all happening. Last night we saw the news coming out. Liverpool and Rodrigo spoke about Chelsea in the Club World Cup final, which takes place later today. You got Wimbledon at 4 o'clock. It's going to be a massive, massive day in the sporting world, especially the football world. Can Chelsea beat the best team in the world, PSG, or will PSG make it 6 trophies in 1 year? Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already, and let me know your thoughts on every single topic we discuss. Big up to every single person. We just hit 63,000 subscribers, which is absolutely unbelievable. But 90% of you, yes, you, right there, you, who watch the channel on a daily and weekly basis are not subscribed. So please go down, join the community. The road to 70K is well and truly on. We're about 49 subscribers away from 63,200. So if we could hit that today, that'd be greatly appreciated. Let me know your thoughts on every single story we discuss. Now, I want to talk about Fabrizio Romano. He's just retweeted his tweet with regards to Christian Mosquera, and there are a lot of sources coming out saying that they believe this signing will be done on the early days of next week. He tweeted this out on July the 2nd, saying Christian Mosquera's plan remains clear. He wants to join Arsenal despite new contract proposal from Valencia. Full focus on negotiations with Arsenal as personal terms are agreed, and a new bid will be needed after opening one of 14 million euros. And that bid, of course, was rejected. It looks like this guy is going to be coming in as a backup to Gabriel and Saliba, and this gives them real depth now at centre-back. You've got Ben White, who can play as a centre-back. You've got Timber, who's played as a centre-back for Arsenal. I know both of those predominantly are fullbacks. You've also got Kivior. Tomiyasu's left. So in terms of a number perspective, this guy's probably replacing Tomiyasu. You've got Gabriel. You've got Saliba. They've probably got the best depth of centre-backs in the Premier League now. And according to various sources, this deal is a lot closer than is actually being reported. Some people are saying that this deal should be done in the early days of next week. And the fact that Romano has gone out and retweeted it normally suggests there is going to be an update very, very, very soon. But there was some big news that come out regarding last night from Fabrizio Romano on Viktor Gyokeres. Sporting are prepared to take action against him because he is refusing to train. He only wants Arsenal. That is the only move he is cared about. As all he wants right now is to play for Arsenal Football Club. And Fabrizio Romano come out yesterday at 7:28 p.m. with regard to the situation and said, Sporting president Varandas on Gyökeres not showing up for pre-season. If they don't want to pay the fair market value, we're very comfortable with that for the next 3 years. This strategy is also making it more complicated for the player to leave. Nobody is above the interest of the club, whoever they are. We're calm. Everything will be resolved with the market closing, a hefty fine, and an apology to the group. I have seen this before when we signed Pedro Porro. The Sporting president, Varandas, went back on his word, not once, not twice. I think we saw this with, was it David Ornstein tweeted this out? He's notorious for trying to get the much amount of money as he can out of a transfer. And this is exactly what David Ornstein said with regards to the Pedro Porro deal. Tottenham moved Pedro Porro is off after Sporting Lisbon renegade on terms of proposed deal. 23-year-old is distraught after Sporting president told right wing back that following Saturday's League Cup final, he would be allowed to leave. We've seen this with Viktor Gyokeres. And what happened with that scenario? What exactly happened? 20 minutes after that or 3 hours after that, Tottenham have now reached an agreement with Sporting Lisbon to sign Pedro Porro. The fee went up. This is just a tactic from Sporting to generate the most amount of income they can for their player. This is all this is. I'm telling you that now. I have a strong belief that he will be an Arsenal player. It's just a matter of time with regards to how long it's going to take them to get the fee over the line. We've seen this many, many, many times. Now, Henry Winter, who's a very credible source, often on TalkSport, gets a lot of things right. He said this morning on the trains to King's Cross for TalkSport show, should be a good week for Arsenal. Madueke and Mosquera are in. And then after this, Fabrizio Romano then retweets his tweet. Gyökeres fee virtually agreed, just the add-ons debating stage, plus dealing with agent substantial cut, and Arsenal being strong on that point. Gyökeres obviously very keen to go to Arsenal and will need a concrete farewell letter to Sporting. Maybe needs to have another word with his agent to get the deal done. Also, busy week on potential outgoings, generating income from Kivior, Reece Nelson, Trossard, Vieira, and Zinchenko. And you think about this, you could probably get in this market £30 million for Kivior. You could probably get in this market £25 to £30 million for Leandro Trossard. You could probably get £20 million for Vieira, £20 million for Zinchenko, £15 million for Nelson. Those players there that are essentially, especially Nelson, Vieira, and Zinchenko, part of a deadwood now. You know, you get rid of those, you recuperate some of the fee you've spent on Zubimendi, on Kepa, on Madueke, and of course, the money going to Viktor Gyokeres. Now, it looks like Madueke and Mosquera are going to be announced at some point next week. I think we'll get the here we go for Mosquera very, very soon. It wouldn't surprise me if we get the here we go for that at some point this afternoon. But yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see what's happening with regards to the situation at Sporting with Gyökeres. Because for me, like I said, I've seen this many times before with Sporting. We saw this when Bruno Fernandes was trying to leave. They're just a very stubborn club who try to get the absolute maximum amount of money for their players, which you can't really blame them for because, after all, they are selling their best star, their best player in recent years, who has got an unbelievable goal record, an unbelievable assist record, non-penalty goals. I think he's got 97 goals in 103 appearances. The numbers, when you put it like that, are absolutely ridiculous. You know, they are, crazy, crazy numbers. But you're talking about a guy who, for me, is probably the best goal scorer right now, other than Kylian Mbappe, maybe in European football. It's got to the point where people are actually tracking flights now. Like, Arsenal fans are so excited to see Gyökeres in an Arsenal shirt. This Twitter account is actually tracking the flight, landing into London at 6:25 this evening. Is Gyökeres going to be on that? Who knows? But as you can see right there in the bottom right corner, he is trending once again on top of the UK's trending charts. He is right up there, nearly 19,000 tweets just today about Gyökeres. So he's gathering more traction. I imagine we'll see some sort of update later today with regards from Fabrizio Romano or David Ornstein. We may even get the here we go today. Who knows? But let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like. Of course, Liverpool are playing today as well against Preston. So that's going to be a very, very interesting game to see how they get on. But yeah, I personally believe that Gyökeres will get done next week. They do travel out on their Asian tour very, very soon. It's the 13th today. They play their first game in pre-season next Wednesday, against AC Milan. And later this month, on the 31st of July, they are playing in the North London derby out in Hong Kong against Spurs. They've also got a game against Newcastle. So if Arsenal want Viktor Gyokeres to be a part of all of this, they need to get the ball rolling very, 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 very soon. And it looks like they are. The situation with regards to Gyökeres should be resolved at some point in the next coming days. But make sure you drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all soon.